The views and opinions expressed on From the Mouths of Madness are that of the panel and not of the Geeks Under the Influence Network or their sponsors, Amazon.com and tpublic.com. Listeners, beware. I'm straight from the Mouths of Madness. I'm one of the hosts, Lowdown. With me, as always, is
F.U. Hunter. What's up, you clown-loving bitches?
Clown-loving bitches.
Yeah.
Everyone did love that motherfucker in the movie. For real, everyone was like, it's perfect timing that like Dahmer came out right before Terrifier 2 did, because you see all these fucking gross people coming back out, just like when Dahmer was alive, where they were like, he had a fan club of being just a sick fucking person. He had this like, Art had this like fan club of like, people
really
that were like, oh no, Art's awesome.
You mean the little kid that's like, I want to dress like Art the
Like,
clown.
what the fuck is wrong with you?
Remember the guy that murdered those people last year?
Look, we all love horror, but like in the movie, it's like real life. So it compares to like the fan club that serial killers have from these sick motherfuckers that are like, man, you're awesome, dude. He cut up motherfuckers and ate them.
Yeah.
That is not awesome.
No.
It's like, you are a sick individual.
But it's just this year's Dahmer. Like, I remember a few years ago, Ted Bundy.
Ted Bundy was the thing, yeah.
Yeah,
I like to watch that. I mean, I do enjoy watching that stuff, but it's more about the interest of, okay, what happened to them? Doesn't excuse them, just how far are they going to go into what happened to them to make them the fucked up person that they are, right?
Yeah.
Or what went ignored,
I'll be honest, I completely forgot until I started watching the series about Dahmer, his love of a horror movie. And
Exorcist
3,
yeah.
He fucking played that bitch every time he murdered somebody.
But we see the same thing in Terrifier 2. We'll go ahead and do the intro. So on the chopping block tonight is 2022's Terrifier 2, in case you didn't catch that. And it's a similar thing we're seeing with that. Like, people are just, I mean, there are people that are like, no, Art's fucking horrible. Where'd he go? They never found, he killed, a year ago, he killed the mortician.
Yeah.
And then his body disappeared, right? But then the year later, he's got costumes and, like, apparently a cereal. But that was a dream sequence. Wait a minute. That was a dream sequence.
Yeah.
Okay, so, all right.
An unnecessary dream sequence? Well,
yes.
All right, I guess we'll get into that.
Yes.
We'll get into that.
It was unnecessary. It was unnecessary. All right. I mean, it was unnecessary.
This is a interesting on the chopping block.
It is, because
let's just say,
I like how we come out later. We like, so on Madness, if our listeners haven't noticed, we will release new, current releases, but I feel like everyone starts dropping stuff, within that week or that first 10 days, and we're this one, we're roughly in that mix, but the original, the very first onslaught has come through, and I feel like you can get lost in the static with that.
Exactly.
But also as who we follow on social media, we see like some of their non-spoiler reviews, and we're like, because this is a spoiler review, because how we roll, and they're, everything has been like completely positive. Everything that the director's posting, it's coming back to theaters this weekend.
Oh, really?
Like the week, so what's this weekend? The 15th and 16th, whatever the fuck it is?
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever, this current 16th, 17th, like a day from when this is releasing.
Well, and they, like,
it got extended.
Showings. Yeah.
So it's like, because of how well it's done. It made 1.4 million the first weekend.
Before we started sucking each other's dicks with that, the same thing happened with Jeepers Creepers. That also got a full extra week run.
Why?
Because it had people show up to the,
It didn't make 1.4 million.
It did not, but I maybe deflate the hype a little bit that, the same thing happened with that shit fest that is Jeepers Creepers Reborn, so.
But you know what it didn't get, that Terrifier 2 did get? A fuckload of media attention.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, but everything that I've read, it's constant, like, and Damien Leone is just reposting stuff, right? I mean, that he's seeing.
Yeah.
It's 100% positive. And that's where I'm happy that we're coming out of it later, because that's where I have slight issue with. I think a lot of people were just we've all been waiting for this film. But like, I'm also, I don't know when you first watched it, but I've basically watched it, like, I want to say it was 2017, and it came out in 16, and then All Hallows Eve was like 15, so I went back and watched All Hallows Eve after I saw it.
Yeah.
But like, so I've just been watching this movie for so many years, the first one, that I'm just like, I was super ready for a second one, but I've rewatched the first, so I feel like some people only watched the first one like last 2 years, during post-COVID stuff, because it really started taking off, and they started going to cons, really. You didn't see them at cons before COVID.
That's the thing,
really.
is that when it first came on Netflix, I mean, I'll give my son Parker props. He's the one that's like, you should check out Terrifier. And sometimes there's so much bullshit on Netflix that for a little while I was like, eh. But then when you started going to cons and people started doing a little cosplaying as them, started seeing a little more Art of the Clown stuff. So I was like, you know what? I'm intrigued. Watched it and then realized, okay, now I see how this stands out from a lot of the other stuff.
Exactly.
And became a fan to the point, I have my own Blu-ray copy because I paid the price of finding out that they took it off of Netflix during a Halloween party that I wanted to show everybody. So I was like, nope.
Why it would get taken off during Halloween makes no fucking sense.
I know.
No fucking sense.
Off.
No sense
I wanted to shock and awesome people with Art cutting a chick in half with the
hacksaw.
Yeah, with a hacksaw.
Oh.
But now I have my hard copy of it. But I loved it that much. I was like, I need to have it so that never happens again.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I mean, it's definitely built this huge following. I think last year we went to a con where both the director
and Andrew David Allen Horton. Jesus, can't remember his fucking name.
We got to talk to him. That was really fucking cool.
And he was really fucking cool. So was Damien.
I remember asking him too. Really I was like, do you think you're going to get a theatrical release? And he wasn't really sure if they were going to do a touring print and just hit some major cities, or if they were going to work out something with Fathom, which they did. So we lucked out. We live in Richmond, Virginia.
Yeah.
Sometimes some of that stuff doesn't come to little Richmond, and we lucked out and got to watch it. So
yeah, no, and it was great going to see it. But I mean, it came out of the gate hard with a really good, solid kill. It picked up directly after the first film, but then we go into what is actually, for me, one of the main problems with the movie.
Yeah,
is it's a 2 hour and 10 minute runtime for the film. And look, I'm not against movies. There's other horror movies that are 2 hours and 30. I don't know, 2 hours and 30 minutes, but 2 hours. I think both It's were right at 2 hours.
Yeah.
So I'm fine with a 2 hour film. The issue for me was, it was just, I didn't care about the exposition and what they were like.
Yeah.
What they were trying to set up.
The build up of the story with the characters.
And the sword because the sword apparently was a thing that towards the end where.
There's a sword.
It's a Valkyrie sword.
There's a dream sequence that I felt was
with the whole cereal commercial
kind of unnecessary. Yeah,
I mean, it was cool for body counts.
It's weird because this movie, in some parts, completely met my expectations, and in other parts, completely failed my expectations. Where I felt bored in a Terrifier movie. I didn't think that was possible.
We actually said that we were watching, and we're like, what the fuck is this? What are we?
I mean, I feel like the first 40 minutes, there's a really good kill at the very beginning, and then you spend 30 minutes with his family.
It wasn't until
the only entertaining thing I can say for the first 30 minutes is it's got to kick out of the mom, because she calls out her kid. She's like, awesome. You little fuckers, you piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like every time you see the mom,
what the fuck are you doing?
What the fuck are you doing now? And I'm like, you know what? I love the mom. Yeah. But I could do without all this bullshit.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
But the mom was entertaining. Come on.
She was. No, she was hilarious.
She's like, what the fuck are you doing now, you little shit?
Yeah, that was
she's
awesome.
Always turning into those kids, man.
But they're being little ass. They're being little bastards. I mean, come on.
But they also lost their dad in some kind of mysterious way.
Which we don't understand that. And then
but the mom is not understanding. His husband, I know it's been tough since your father's gone. But she's like, fucking deal with that shit. Get together. Come on. Get it up. She gives two fucks. Well, no, I like that.
It's almost like Leone went with 80s style parent, 70s and 80s style parent in this modern film. Yeah. Where it's like, walk it off, kid. Walk it off.
Hey, walk it off, kid.
God damn.
Yeah.
I was whining shit. But yeah, we get all that, and then we don't get anything else from Art until the costume store, which again is 30 some minutes.
And then kind of a la Michael Myers, he just kind of has his mind set on, fuck this family. That's the only thing I can really pick up is that he sees the teenage girl and her brother in the costume store, and he's like, you know what? I think I want to kill them. I think they're the one. Let me see how much I can ruin their fucking lives. Because all the friends of the teenage girl he goes after. He goes after the mom, and then he goes after her and her brother. Mm-hmm. Now, he does kill people in the process, but those are his main targets, a la Michael Myers, and I got to kill Laurie Strode, not my sister.
It's funny you mention that because I was thinking about this movie hard because I had severe mixed feelings about this film after watching it, and I really wanted to think before we recorded about what it was that I was really trying to pinpoint. And it's funny you mentioned Michael Myers because you know what this felt like? It felt like to me. Now, hear me out after I say it.
All right.
It felt like to me, although albeit still a better film, like I was watching what Rob Zombie was trying to do with Halloween 2, where we get the brutality, we get awesome kills, because no matter how bad the film Halloween 2 is, it's just that film's so bad that it doesn't matter that it has good kills. But the kills were good in that film. It was brutal.
Right.
It was gory. It was bloody. But you start bringing in the dream sequences with white fucking horses and his fucking mom and all that bullshit. That's how I felt about all that bullshit exposition that wasn't really necessary in this movie. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I was like, again, Terrifier 2 was a way better movie because you go back and listen to our thoughts on Halloween, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. That was released, I believe, 2 years ago on Halloween. We just did a killer filler on all three, because technically Halloween 2018 is a Halloween 2 movie, so but that's why I think it bothered me so much, because it reminded me that, like, no, Halloween 2, like, the kills were awesome, the story was shit, and this story is still better, but it wasn't needed. Like, we could have cut the movie to 90 minutes and we would have had a better film.
What happens is that the first Terrifier is so down to the basics slasher movie, which we both love, which is, hey, look, there's these two chicks. Hey, there's Art the Clown. Chicks go into the building or get kidnapped, go in the building, kills them, a couple other people, some crazy ass kill scenes, end of movie. Like, it's very basic. And this one's like, well, he sees some kids in the store, goes after the family, goes after this, dream sequence, another thing happens. Like, like, there's so much involved, and like, no, we don't need that. Just basics, man. No. Basics. Art the Clown, kill.
I mean, you can still,
and it starts to pick up that rhythm at the end of the movie when you get to the carnival, like the
carnival, the sideshow carnival, whatever.
Yeah.
You mean the Terrifier? The
Terrifier, which is weird that looked like it was like a haunted maze thing that you would have on Halloween, but it's shut down on Halloween. It kind of confused me a little bit on that, but
but you're exactly right. With the first film, that's what it was. It was to the point. But you know what? I gave more shit about that girl surviving than I did about the extra exposition on this girl surviving. Like, I cared more about the final girl in the first Terrifier with very little exposition, very little character development.
Plus, honestly, I think who's our main girl in that? Because you have, in the first one, she's the
girl that carved her face.
Yeah.
That had the carved up face.
But she shows up at the very end, and it gets fucked up. You know what I mean? Like, she's going to get her sister. Her sister's almost the final girl until she's not the final girl.
Yeah.
Then she rolls up and she gets fucked up at the end, but she's only really in it for the last 20 minutes. But this one, it sucks because the kills are
fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, and that's
every kill. Every kill is good.
What saves this movie.
Yes,
Let's just say
every
this
single fucking kill is awesome.
The challenge is out. First Terrifier, you got some fucking hardcore shit.
Oh,
and this movie goes
kill.
All right,
there's one kill that beats the hacksaw scene. As brutal as the hacksaw scene is, I'm talking about the best friend.
Yeah, the Triple Crown.
The Triple Crown.
And I say the Triple Crown because Lowdown, my son Parker, and myself all watched it. Now, Lowdown has a thing about eyes. Bam. I have a thing about broken bones. Bam. Parker has a thing about fingers. Bam.
Dude.
All three in one scene. Man. All three in one scene. It was the Triple Crown.
But the worst part was when the mom comes home, sees Art. He had already still done more to her body, like chunks of muscle missing. She's just chopped the fuck up, and then she gurbles and opens her eyes. You're like, oh fuck.
Kind of like in Seven when they're like, oh, this guy fucking
sloth. Where he's like gasps. You're like, oh god, no.
Oh, she's still alive? Like, what the fuck?
Fuck you, dude. That was awesome.
And then a la from the first one, Art having a little fun with the wig and tits. This one, it's mom's head giving out candy.
Yeah.
I'd say that's kind of the look at Art having fun.
Oh, you yeah, that was the friend's mom. I think you had walked out because there was a bunch of exposition that was going on, and again, it was unnecessary. And it was after the scene where he had blown the mother's head off in the garage through the car window.
Right.
I mean, the point-blank shotgun blast with a sawed-off shotgun.
Yeah.
Woo!
It was like a boomstick, man. That
head
bitch
was gone, dude.
Boomstick.
Well, remember, the son had ran home after seeing that. Oh yeah, we'll get to that. This creepy little fucking girl that makes no goddamn sense.
Oh yeah.
I will get to that.
All right.
And he sees her in the van and he runs home. Well, meanwhile, when he comes in the house, what Art had done with the mom's body is stuck her in the dining room chair and with her head, I mean, just everything missing except for like hair.
Yeah.
Right? And then Art comes out of the kitchen with a thing of mashed potatoes and he just grabs a handful and shoves it in her hollowed out fucking gunshot wound,
Art.
dude. It's just like, what the, see that, more of that would be amazing.
Yeah.
More of him playing would have been awesome. Like, we don't, because they looked at the dad's fucking drawing and like he knew it was happening and because he drew art and like
stuff that we don't really need or care about.
No, see, okay, the only thing, and I mentioned this after we walked out of the theater, the first one was just made, it was left open-ended in case it picked up, they could do a sequel, right? But I don't believe it was Leone's like thing like, oh, this is definitely going to get a sequel down the road kind of thing, right? Where I'm pretty sure he knows that he's going to get greenlit to make a third.
Yeah.
And I think we're getting like not the same caliber of film at all, but I mean what we got with Empire Strikes Back where it ends where you know there's going to be a third one. So I'm hoping that the shit that makes zero sense through pretty much 40% of this movie will have some explanation in part 3.
I would say this ends like Bride of Chucky.
Oh, yeah, okay. I get that.
Yeah.
I get that.
Where it's like, all right, wait, the fuck is this at the end?
Yeah.
That kind of shit.
Oh, the Chris Jericho scene? Yeah. Remember he was like
yeah.
doing that and then like...
Which was funny because we remember going, I don't remember seeing Chris Jericho.
Oh, there he is.
There he is.
There he is.
Credit scene. There's Chris Jericho. Because I was kind of confused because he was in one of the main names at the beginning of the movie. And I was like, was he in the background somewhere?
Where is he?
No, we see him at the end.
Yeah. But it's like, and then that whole end, like that little girl, the first, it's the
Let's throw it out there. There is, when Art the Clown first gets out of the coroner's office and goes to the laundromat, and he sees this girl that's like a little girl version of him. And her first introduction is she shits all over the floor, and he gets a kick out of it. But then you get a perspective where there's some drunk dude sitting in the laundromat who wakes up and sees Art
playing patty cake with himself.
Yeah, and Art in his own mind is playing patty cake with this little girl Art, and it's just imaginary, right? Mm-hmm. But then throughout the movie,
then a year later, when the girl shows back up, other people see her. I'm like, wait a minute.
And this is where it's a little confusing. Is it the little girl in his head or not? Because she directs things. People see her separate from him.
It can't be in his head.
It can't be weird confusion though. Because then why establish the scene in the laundromat where he's playing patty cake and she's not there?
I don't know, because she can't be imaginary because A, the son saw her in the van. Right. B, the daughter and the other friend who's still alive sees her carry Art's head after it was chopped off away.
Yeah.
Remember, she picks up Art's head and just carries it away. And they both see that.
Does she, though? Because then you get to the credit sequence.
Where the fuck did that happen? How the fuck did that happen?
And this is what's
How
weird.
How did that happen?
Is I'm using too much brain power on a Terrifier movie where I'm confused on exactly the supernatural elements of
I shouldn't have to think this hard about Terrifier.
And that's the thing.
I shouldn't have to think this hard about Terrifier.
The first one, you had the end where, okay, he's a la Jason, fucking comes back to life, all right? This one's like, you can chop his head off, but it's just going to come through some chick's vagina. Sorry, I'm going to throw it out there, because that's how we end Terrifier 2, is the chick that got mutilated, attacks the talk show host. The first one is in a insane asylum, and she gives birth to Art's head.
Just his head.
Yep.
What the fuck?
And that's how it ends.
God damn it.
And if someone's like, could you please explain that to me? I would be like, I cannot. I have no idea. I'm a huge fan of the first movie. Can I explain some of the shit that happens in this one?
I can't explain. I can't explain that.
But,
and that's the problem. It's like, look, the first one with a shorter runtime was able to fill like dead space with Art doing fucked up shit. Yeah. Like he skinned that woman, put on her titties, scalped her, put on her hair, was dancing around, feeling pretty, all this good stuff. He sat down with that, remember, because before that he sat down with her in the little like steam pipe walkway or whatever. Yeah. And she had like a doll that she thought was her baby.
Oh, yeah, that's right,
the homeless woman. Remember, then he cut off her tits, put it on, and did a little dance.
Art was having fun.
He did his whole Ed Gein shtick, whatever. But like, that was like 10 minutes of like downtime where the girl was hiding and Art was just having fun with somebody else in the building. Like, I don't get why, like,
Yeah.
I don't get
There's
it.
some confusing things.
I don't get it.
But you know what? The kills did it.
Kills are awesome.
And that's the thing is that I'm going to own this movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good outside, everybody hanging out movie.
We can just be like, hey guys, hey, watch it out.
We can talk for the first 30 minutes because there's not really anything going on. Oh shit, watch what's going to happen here. Talk for a little bit. Oh shit, what's going to watch here.
Or if you're watching it by yourself, you know where to move forward and stop and watch. And
it's not Halloween. It's not anything where it's like the mood, the characters, everything. Mm-hmm. You're invested 100%. I'm invested about 20%, 90% with the kills, 20%, 100% with the kills, 20%, and that's how it's gonna go with this movie. Yeah. But again, they took the time to make the kills fucking badass. We just bitched about fucking Jeepers Creepers and how
bullshit kills.
Everything sucked and the kills even sucked. At least this, they said, you know what?
No, it's Terrifier kills all day.
Terrifier kills,
and we finally got, like you had mentioned earlier, the first film in that last maybe 40 minutes. I feel like it was only like 35, because as they're going through the entire, remember, because he's like following them and like slashing them at different points. Remember when they go in the bathroom?
Yeah.
And like it was just grody Terrifier.
This one, he definitely is almost kind of fucking with them, and like, you know, he has to whip like the chain, the like.
He put like knives and scissors on a piece of string, and he's like just. Yeah.
So there's stuff like that.
Like he had that in the first one. I could be mistaken, but I think he had that in the first one.
Or All Hallows Eve. I can't remember.
It might have been All Hallows Eve.
Yeah.
It might have been All Hallows Eve.
But here's the thing, man. Yeah, the kills and how fucked up that shit is. For me, it's weird because there's parts of this movie I fucking really was bored with, but it passes for me.
No, it passes.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't have been a question.
It shouldn't have been a fucking question.
Exactly. Like if literally if you would have told me a month ago that I would have like had to explain why it's not 100% fresh.
Yeah.
Like that I would
be like the little girl and Art's head coming out of a vagina. That's the best way I can say it. Is that it's awesome. It's a little girl and Art's head out of a vagina. There you go. Besides that, there you go.
No, there's a whole thing where like they go to there's a basement in the funhouse thing, and then there's like a even deeper basement with like where she falls through into the dream world.
About that.
Into the dream world, into like a Harry Houdini fucking tank.
Just when we thought it was safe, by the way.
What the fuck?
Just when we thought it was safe, because it's like, okay, we're back to just regular.
No.
And then she, I guess, dies.
Is that what it's supposed to symbolize? She dies?
Then she resurrects herself.
And the sword's flaming, like it's
and
it's like on fire and stabs. That. Yeah,
I still gonna pass. God damn it.
No.
But
it's still. But
you did remind me about that.
What was that?
Yeah, you did remind me about that shit.
God damn it.
Yeah. All right.
But then she said like Dad made her that sword, and there's this thing with her dad and like power.
Stop! It passes, man.
It passes. It's just like again, I don't fucking understand.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Yeah.
Now when it comes out. Well, I have the Regal Pass. I might go see it again in theaters, but when it comes out, I need to rewatch this film.
Yeah.
And you know what I didn't feel about in the first one? That I had to rewatch it to
give it an accurate thing.
Dude, God damn it.
Yeah.
God damn it.
There's some movies where you just go 100%, and again, this one, it's a wave. It's a wave.
And
man.
I told you that when I walked out. It was like, the big problem is when I watched the first one, like I said, it was 2017, so it was on a streaming site, and when I got done watching, I was like, fuck yes. You know what I didn't do after I watched this one? Walking out of the theater going, fuck yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I had a lot of positive to say about it, like we basically just talked to you guys about, but I was not 100%, like the first Terrifier, 100%.
Yeah.
Fucking.
I told everybody and their brother, go fucking see that shit.
Go watch fucking Terrifier. Well, and I remember when I talked to Derek, our buddy Derek, shortly after I saw it, and he was like, yeah, I mean, I'm trying because he saw Art in All Hallows Eve. So listeners, if you don't know, pre-Terrifier, there was a anthology series called All Hallows Eve. Now there is an All Hallows Eve 2. I have not watched that one, but All Hallows Eve, the first story actually introduces Art the Clown. It was a short film that Damien Leone created for that anthology, and that was a different actor actually playing Art the Clown.
But it's Art the Clown.
It's Art the Clown.
Same makeup.
So that's the intro to Art. So if you've not watched that, go back and watch that because that was like 2015 or 2014.
I think it's 2014.
Yeah, so definitely go back and check that out because that actor did do a good job. David Howard Thornton is Art. So it's not as good as his performance.
Art is more sinister than like evil sinister, like kind of fucked up laughing at shit. he's more of just like, I'm gonna fuck with you, and then Terrifier's where he's like, I'm gonna fuck with you. Let's have a little fun.
Yeah.
Let's have a little fun first. Yeah.
Let's just saw you in half from your vagina to your fucking head. Yeah.
That kind of fun. Yeah.
So, but I definitely recommend checking that out if you do not know that that's where Art first made his appearance, because the whole anthology, the first one is good. I can't speak for the second one, but definitely check that out. And like I said, it passed the chopping block. You heard all our issues of why it was not a 100%. God damn it should have been.
I know.
Oh, it should have been. But
the kills,
the kills
are great.
If they had done something fucked up with the kills, this movie would not have passed.
And you know what?
Would not have passed.
You know what? We haven't even described the kills really. We gave you a little kind of bullet points, but that's the thing. See it.
We don't want you to
see it for yourself.
The only one we talked
have not
about
spoiled any of the kills really.
Well, we did. Yeah. The big one that we talked about, we talked kind of about it, but
we gave bullet points on it. We didn't say
when you see it. Oh God,
we didn't say
Jesus.
the order of that shit,
no.
or exactly how he does that shit.
Dude.
And he has probably about 7 or 8 kills in this.
I'd say almost 10.
Okay,
if you include the first
and that's
one.
The thing, listeners, we haven't told you about the kills.
But you're right. It might be closer to 8, but I feel like I remember 10.
Right there.
But
right there. Go see it for the kills.
You still need to fucking go see this film.
We have not spoiled the fucking kills.
No, and like that with this film is more important than
the plot. Yeah.
But I mean with a Terrifier film, like you can't spoil these kills.
We didn't spoil the important part.
Yeah.
There you go.
I feel so bad.
Yeah.
Like talking to this. God damn it.
But it still passes.
It still passes. Again, it will be on my shelf. So that we always say that speaks volumes. For me to own it with the amount of movies that both of us have to take up space on our shelves, that's what matters. And I will definitely pre-order this bitch as soon as it opens up. And so hit us up at lowdownbrown.gui@gmail.com. If let us know your thoughts. If you've already seen it, if you 100% loved it and didn't have an issue with anything, let me know what you loved about. Let us know what you loved about all the excess that made you feel like it belonged in the movie and that it needed to be 2 hours and 10 minutes. Again, we believe it could have easily been 90 to 95 minutes and we would have had an amazing movie. I feel like that would have made the movie soar over. Just fucking
give us a little feedback. Let's see what you think.
Give us some feedback. Maybe we're looking at it differently. Maybe we're missing something, and we're open to hear your opinions on that. Or if you're going to watch it because you listen to this, then hit us up after you watch it and see what you think. Either way, hit us up. Also go to gipodcast.com. Check out all the other shows under the network. And while you're on gipodcast.com, go to our links tab and go through our first link, which is Amazon. It takes you to Amazon through our link, and you log in, and then you can shop like normal. You can buy the first Terrifier. Pretty sure, I don't know if All Hallows Eve's been put on DVD yet.
No, I think it's still on Amazon.
It's streaming, but I don't know if it's been put on DVD.
Yeah.
First Terrifier you can get on DVD through Amazon. So make sure to do that. And any other spooky shit that you want, just buy it and make sure
the
you buy it
Blu-ray's
through our
got some
link.
goodies on it, on the OG one, yeah.
And then while you're on our links page, also you can go to our link right next to Amazon, which is TeePublic. That's where all the fucking merch is for all the shows under the network. We brought our spooky season shit back out, and that will be out and up through the end of the year. And they do sales like fucking once a week. So if it's not on sale when you go, sign up for text alerts. You'll get a text in a few days.
Yep.
And you'll buy some shit. Please.
You can get all
Magnet
kinds of shit.
stickers. I mean,
tote bags.
at a minimum, they're a little more expensive than magnet stickers, though. That's it. I mean, magnet stickers is still support because people are going to see that shit.
Yeah.
And we greatly appreciate that. Definitely check out our spooky designs. There's still a little bit of time for Halloween, and the shipping, if it's a smaller order, it should get to you in time to pre-Halloween. So, and until we talk to you again, embrace the madness.
Join us at GUIPodcast.com.
I Mike the Hobbit here,
Lowdown Brown.
inviting you to check out Geek Some of the Influence, a podcast that pairs booze with conversation with good friends.
And a little nerd culture.
We get a lot of colorful conversation out of our episodes, but it is here for everyone, no gatekeeping.
Always level up everything we do.
We'll punch up, never punch down.
Exactly.
So check out Geeks Under the Influence everywhere you get your podcasts and join us or die.
Shut the fuck up, Hobbit. Welcome to GUI Nights.
GUI Nights.
Yeah, I am Lowdown Brown. With me as always,
Mike the Hobbit.
this is the tangential side of GUI.
This is like so many of those other shows that has the after the show bit mixed with a little bit of Baywatch Nights, so it's a little sexier. It's a little bit after hours.
Also while tying it into the previous episode of GUI. So look forward to that too, because this comes out the week after the flagship hour-long episode.
So make sure to check out GUI Nights, and when you're done, you can
Go the fuck home.
In a world with too many reboots and remakes,
Two men will stop at nothing to make it even worse.
join Mike the Hobbit and Tandy as they play by their own rules while pitching new takes on some of your favorite and least favorite films and TV shows. What podcast would dare to bring this upon the world?
This is Smack My Pitch Up.
Hey guys, Scotty P here with Smash on your left. And we are the Geek Fathers. That's right, bringing all the trials and tribulations of being a geeky parent.
So welcome to our world.
And as always, join us
Or cry.
Coming straight from the mouths of madness, I'm Lowdown.
I'm FU Hunter.
Do you love horror?
We fucking do.
So this is a podcast dedicated to all things in cinematic horror. We're talking movies, television, composers, special effects artists. We're gonna fucking cover it.
So if you love horror,
Embrace the madness.
My name is Amy Bogard,
And I'm Mike the Hobbit.
and we are the hosts of Deeply Upsetting, where we use our expertise to answer your most upsetting hypothetical quandaries, such as, what non-winged animal deserves wings?
And what body part deserves a secret mouth?
Which cryptid is the worst roommate?
These questions and more that plague you will be answered on Deeply Upsetting, available anywhere you get your podcasts and at GUIPodcast.com.
In a world of blockbuster movies, there's another dimension.
The dimension of schlock cinema. Join us at Beautiful Disasters on a journey into the fringe territory of B-movie abandon.
We review the flicks that are forgotten or underappreciated to give them a proper place in the annals of celluloid history.
I'm the Groots,
FU Hunter.
your guides at Beautiful Disasters. Come along with us for a fun ride. May
May the schlock be with you.